You think you know Sparta? You think MEM, this is Sparta, is true? That's Hollywood. The real Sparta was a nightmare factory. Today we're breaking down 5 insane stories and their deadliest wars. Was their ugly law real? Did they actually train kids to be assassins? And why did the invincible 300 actually lose? This is Fact or Story Channel. Let's separate the truth from the beautiful mess. First of all law of Diogenes, Spartans killed babies that were weak or ugly to keep their race pure. But they didn't stop there. They banned gold and silver. They used iron bars for money. Why? Because you can't hide wealth. To buy a cow, you needed a wagon full of iron. Asterisk at age 7, boys entered the Agoj Star. It was tough training. It was state-sponsored child abuse. They were starved until they stole food. If caught stealing, whipped for being clumsy, not for the theft. Their food? Black broth. One guy tried it and said, "Now I know why Spartans are not afraid to die." While Athens locked women at home, Spartan women owned 40% of the land. Spartan women were submissive. They were ripped. They told their husbands, "Come back with your shield. We're on it." Aristotle hated them because they ruled the men. They didn't train. They hunted. In ancient Sparta, teenagers weren't just sent to a training camp. They were sent into the wilderness with only a knife and a single cloak. Their mission? To infiltrate the lands of the Helots, the slaves who outnumbered them 20 to 1. They were ordered to kill any strong Helot they found, especially MEM. No questions were asked. This is 100% true. It was a state-sponsored program of attacks designed to keep the slaves in line. Fact or history. Plutarch wrote that the Spartans declared war on the Helots every year just to legalize these killings. The 300 Spartans, the Battle of Thermopylae, is the famous Battle of Thermopylae, which took place in September 480 BC during the Greco-Persian War. In the narrow gorge of Thermopylae, a small combined force of Greeks, between 5,200 and 7,700 soldiers, including 300 Spartans under the command of King Leonidas, faced off against the massive army of Persian King Xerxes, which modern historians estimate to be around 200,000 to 250,000 strong. The Greeks occupied a narrow pass and successfully repelled the Persian attacks for 2 days, neutralizing their numerical superiority. However, on the 3rd day, due to the treachery of a local resident named Ephialtes, the Persians outflanked the Greeks along a mountain path. Upon learning of this, Leonidas dismissed most of the allied forces, leaving only 300 Spartans, along with detachments of Thespians and Thebans, approximately 500 men, to cover their retreat. All of them fell in an unequal battle, showing outstanding courage and self-sacrifice. According to legend, Leonidas responded to the offer to surrender by saying, "Come and take it." From a military perspective, the battle was a defeat for the Greeks, as it opened the way for the Persians to enter central Greece. However, this feat became a powerful moral symbol for the entire Hellenic world. The self-sacrifice of the Spartans and their allies inspired the Greeks to continue their struggle, which ultimately led to the victories at Salamis and Plataea and the salvation of Greece from enslavement. A monument was erected at the site of the battle with the following epitaph: "Traveler, go and tell our citizens in Lacedaemon that, true to their legacy, we have fallen here." In Western culture, the Battle of Thermopylae has become an archetype of heroic defense and military valor. And Leonidas' phrase, "Come and take it," has become a catchphrase. This feat has been celebrated in literature, music, and film. They fought alone against millions. Verdict: fact with a Hollywood filter. 1. The Messenian Wars. The origin asterisk: they didn't start as warriors. They became killers because they enslaved Messenia. 200,000 slaves versus 10,000 Spartans. That fear created the army. 2. The Battle of Thermopylae. For 80 BC, the ultimate delay tactic. 300 Spartans plus 700 Thespians held the pass for 3 days. It was crazy. 3. The Peloponnesian War. 431 to 404 BC, Sparta versus Athens. Sparta built a navy with Persian gold, starved Athens, and won. They became the masters of Greece. 4. The Battle of Leuctra, 371 BC. The fall asterisk Thebes crushed the Spartans using a slanted phalanx. 400 elite Spartans died. The invincible myth died here. So were they heroes? I don't know. But I'll know that Sparta produced the world's deadliest soldiers. From the baby to the teenage assassins, Sparta was a nightmare. Which fact shocked you most? Let me know below. Hit like if you want more stories. It was channel fact or story. See you later.